Almost live from the Enchanted Trivia Room, it's the Theme Park Trivia Show! With Disco Yeti and the Mineral Kings! And here's your host, Ryan Ritchie!
Well, thank you very much, and welcome everybody. How about another hand for Disco Yeti and the Mineral Kings? Jumbo, everyone, and welcome to the most magical quiz show on Earth. Now, if you're not familiar with our show, and how could you be, we're going to take these two contestants and test their knowledge of theme park minutia at a ridiculous level. So let's meet our contestants. We have Dan and Matt. Dan, tell us about yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Dan. I'm a theme park history YouTuber, and I'm not entirely sure minutia is a real word.
Thank you very much, and take it up with City Hall. And next we have Matt. Matt, tell us a little about yourself, please.
I have been attending Disney theme parks since I was 14 years old, and I have no regrets. And I am very happy to be testing my knowledge today against the one and only Disney Dan.
Nice work, pal. Let's do this. And of course, to get started, ladies and gentlemen, we have to have the rope drop. And the rope drop will be the question to determine control of the board. So let's get to it. And by the way, whoever gets closest to the right answer is going to have control of the board. Doesn't matter if you go over some other game shows out there. Depends if you go over. We don't get into that, okay?
Throwing shade early.
Okay.
Here we go. Matt, you spun the churro before we came out, so you will get to answer first in this question.
Okay.
Sorry, I ate the churro. I didn't know that's what you were
I
supposed
was
to do.
saving that.
I just ate it. I'm terribly sorry.
Here we go. According to the always accurate Wikipedia, what was the total attendance of Walt Disney World in 2018? Let's see who can get closest. Total attendance of Walt Disney World in 2018. Please don't Google it. And Matt, your answer.
I'm going to say 155 million.
155 million from Matt. Dan, your answer.
I'm going to say 15 million.
15? 1-5?
Yeah, just 1-5.
Well, the correct answer was 58 million. Dan, you have control of the board.
Shoot.
Let's take a grand circle tour of our categories, shall we? Today we have Beyond the Berm, Star of the Day or No Way, Marty Called, Dialogue Alley, Magical Math, and Imagineers. Dan, you have control of the board. Where are we going first, sir?
Magical Math, please.
Magical Math, okay. In this category, I'm going to ask you a series of simple math problems. That's it. Here we go. Your first question, and this is for Dan, and Dan will retain control of the board until he misses one of these, so he could really rack up the points. And I should point out here, each question is worth 10 points. Now, we could have made it 100 points, but then it seems like it's somehow tied to money and no one's winning any money. And 1 point just seems boring. So 10 points for every question.
Nice.
Here we go. Here's your question, Dan. We are looking for the number of happy haunts in the Haunted Mansion plus the total number of lands in the Magic Kingdom.
Oh my God.
Happy haunts plus the total number of lands in the Magic Kingdom, sir.
1006.
1006. I am sorry, judges. No, we are going to say 1005. 1005. Now, for those of you at home, the Haunted Mansion has 999 happy haunts. And then we're adding to that 6 lands. Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, and Liberty Square. Oh, and Main Street USA. Now, Dan, before we went on air here, you tried to make an argument that the hub is a land. Would you like to expand on that at all?
The hub is a land. It's a place where attractions are located.
What attraction do you enjoy at the hub?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. The opening park show. 6 6 performances a day of the Castle Show featuring Mickey Mouse and his fully articulated costumed character head. There's fireworks, Mickey's Move It, Shake It dance party, grass to sit on, grass you're allowed to sit on.
He's got you there.
I love getting fast passes for all of those, so thank you for that. The grass fast pass is always a good one to pick up in the morning.
Yeah,
That is legitimately a thing.
Okay.
Grass, grass.
You could reserve the grass.
All right, Tinkerbell's about to float
you gotta
down.
get a ticket for the grass.
Tinkerbell's about to float down, ironically, over the hub. We have to move on. Okay, here's the next one. This is for you, Matt.
Okay. Oh no.
The number of theme parks at Walt Disney World plus the number of water parks at Universal Orlando.
Oh man. All right. Well, we know at Disney World there's 4 theme parks, and at Universal, I want to say there's 3 water parks. So is that 7 altogether?
Is 7 your answer?
7 is my answer.
Oh, Dan, do you know our answer to this question?
What did Matt say?
I said 7.
5.
5, that is correct. Dan gets 10 points.
Yeah.
Wait, you said that like it should just be common knowledge. Just like, oh, what are you, an idiot?
There's a volcano and 4 Walt Disney World parks.
That's correct.
Okay.
Magic
Never mind,
Kingdom,
I'm not gonna argue.
Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and the one water park at Universal's Volcano Bay. Okay?
I don't know why
All
I
right,
thought
great.
Universal was bigger.
This is going great. Okay, we're moving on. The number of hotels at the Disneyland Resort plus the anniversary Walt Disney World will celebrate this year.
Oh, crap. I'm just going to take a guess. 64.
Whoa, that is a lot of resorts. Matt, would you like to steal?
53.
53 is correct. It's the 50th anniversary year for Walt Disney World.
I must have misunderstood the question. I'm sorry.
3 resort hotels, Grand Californian, Paradise Pier, and of course, the Disneyland Hotel. Okay, number 4.
Oh, Disneyland. Well, I wasn't listening. Sorry.
And this is for you, Matt.
Oh, great.
The number of Disney resorts worldwide plus the number of theme parks they contain. This is some tough stuff here.
Oh my God. Hang on.
Number of Disney resorts worldwide plus the number of parks they contain.
Does the Tokyo Resort count since that's not owned by Disney?
Are you the president of the Oriental Land Company? Yes, we're counting all the Disney resorts.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. So, I want to say
7? Is that what you said?
7 plus 4, 11.
11. The correct answer, believe it or not, is 18.
18.
Ooh.
Oh, did you know that, Dan?
Well, I just did the math in my head. Yeah, there's 6 parks, and then I just
Let's
counted
give
all
Dan
the other
10 points.
6
Dan had
plus
it. Let's give Dan 10 points.
Sure. Yeah, just take them all. Why not?
All right.
I like that the point system in this game is fast and loose.
All right, we're almost done with magical math. We're going to go down the street. This one's for you, Dan. This is a universal-based question. Here we go. The number of Harry Potter lands at Universal Orlando plus the number of Jimmy Fallon-themed attractions plus the number of former Jimmy Neutron attractions.
Okay. 4?
You are correct. 4 is correct. There are 2 Harry Potter lands. Of course, Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon. Don't miss it. And the former Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast. Very good.
You want to know what pizza smells like?
Dan, that means you are in control of the board. What is our next category, sir?
Imagineers, please.
Imagineers.
Oh, yes.
Very good. There are a lot of brilliant people who have created some of the most memorable attractions. But how memorable are their faces, or more specifically, their ears? For example, if I showed you this ear, you would say that's, gentlemen?
Jody.
Thank you.
Sorry, it looked a little bit like Dexter, if like that detective in Miami for a second.
He does.
With the blur.
Dan, here
Yeah,
is your first ear, and let me give you a clue that might help a little bit. It truly is a small world if you can identify this Imagineer.
Mary Blair?
Mary Blair is correct. 10 points to Dan. Mary Blair created concept art for Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, and many others. But for today's discussion, we're talking about her work for designing Small World and also, of course, the five-legged goat at the Contemporary Resort. Okay, here we go. Number 2.
I was really hoping I'd get that one.
Dan, you are still in control. Here's our next year. Happy Haunts and Pirates alike will be disappointed if you can't identify this ear. Who is this? This is a tough one.
Is it Exitensio?
Oh my goodness, it is Exitensio, longtime animator who went on to write the lyrics heard in Pirates of the Caribbean and the Haunted Mansion. Here's our next ear. We won't make you stay all weekend if you can identify this ear, Dan. We won't make you stay all weekend if you can identify this ear.
Oh my gosh, I have absolutely no idea. Herb Ryman?
This is incredible. It is Herb Ryman, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
For those of you who don't know, in September 1953, Walt Disney famously called Herb Ryman over to the studio, and over a weekend they made the first concept art to pitch Disneyland. Okay, here's our next ear. This Imagineer made it possible to run away at Hollywood studios.
I'm literally writing a video about her right now.
Okay.
Like, right now, I'm writing a video about her and like 4 other Imagineer women. Anyway, moral of the story is I have no idea.
No idea. Matt, do you know?
I'm so mad because I actually don't think I know the names of any contemporary Imagineers. I knew everyone that came before this, but I don't think I know this person. So no, I don't know.
That is Sharita Carter. And of course, she was responsible for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. All right, our final ear. Matt, we'll let you have this one.
Oh, no.
Okay, Matt, now here, listen to your clue. This might help you. It would be a lot harder to check in to the Hollywood Tower Hotel without his work. Who is that?
Oh, man. And that looks like Cars Land behind him. I'm drawing a blank. I don't know.
Well, you are correct in that he did work on Cars Land as well. Dan, can you steal this one?
Tony Baxter.
Tony Baxter's a good guess. We were looking for Kevin Rafferty. Kevin Rafferty.
Oh, goodness.
He just announced his retirement after 42 years. So
that's right.
To keep him happy, let's let Matt pick the next category. Matt, where do you want to go on the big board? We've got Beyond the Berm, Star of the Day, Marty Called, and Dialogue Alley.
Let's do Marty Called.
Marty Called. All right, this category references Marty Sklar, famous Disney Imagineer, and the note that says Marty Called once changes that's found in the last scene of the Carousel of Progress. So all of our questions in this category are going to be about changes to attractions, and they'll all be somehow related to the Carousel of Progress today. All right, here we go. Matt.
Oh boy, okay.
So speaking of Carousel of Progress, what was the attraction that replaced it when it left Disneyland in 1973?
America Sings.
America Sings is correct. For those who don't know, America Sings featured animatronics singing about America, as you may have guessed, and it ran from 1974 until 1988 and had nothing to do with Tomorrowland. Okay, here we go. Next one. Once America Sings closed in 1988, several of the animatronic animals were repurposed to be part of what attraction?
Splash Mountain.
This guy, he is on fire now. Yes, Splash Mountain, of course, opening in Disneyland 1989 and Florida in 1992. Sticking with the carousel, when it opened at Disneyland in 1967, it featured the song Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, which you can hear in the Carousel of Progress today. However, from 1974 to 1994, there was another Sherman Brothers song in the attraction. What was its title?
This was literally on my Spotify mix yesterday, and I didn't pay attention to the title.
Nerd.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't recall this one. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Dan, do you want to steal this?
Nope. Don't know it.
Well, you might know it as Now Is the Time. Now is the time. Technically, the answer is the best time of your life. So we will move on. Matt, you can retain control because we're making this up as we go along. Earlier, I mentioned the Carousel of Progress opened at Disneyland in 1967, but that wasn't where it debuted. Where did people get to ride the Carousel of Progress before that?
The 64-65 New York World's Fair.
That is correct. And by the way, if you'd like to know more about Disney's involvement in the fair, I'd like to suggest a swell documentary you can find on YouTube. It's called After the Fair, The Legacy of the 1964-65 New York World's Fair. We might even have a link to it. After the Carousel of Progress left Disneyland to go to Florida, the former attraction building was used for office space for a while. Then a West Coast version of what attraction debuted there? What moved into that
West
space?
Coast version. In the Disneyland version.
Correct.
I can't think of it. What? I don't know.
All right, that's going to do it. Dan, can you take the steal here?
Interventions?
Interventions is correct. Correct.
Yep, okay.
Very good. Okay, we have 3 categories left. Beyond the Berm, Star of the Day, and Dialogue Alley. Where are we going, Dan?
Dialogue Alley, please.
All right, Dialogue Alley. In this category, I'll be reading dialogue you would hear in different attractions, and you just have to tell me what attraction this line is from, okay?
Boom, let's do it.
Easy enough.
I'm here for it.
Our first question. Soon as I find a ladder, I'll be right up. Ooh. Soon as I find a ladder, I'll be right up.
Country Fair Jamboree.
Country Bear Jamboree is correct. That is Henry after the lovely Teddy Bear goes up into the ceiling. That is correct. Excellent. All right. These could be current or former attractions, I should point out. So let's move on. Here we go. Here's a new cityscape, the microprocessor, an entire computer on a tiny silicon chip.
Adventures Through Inner Space.
Ooh, that is a good guess. That's actually from the beloved Epcot. Oh, I'm sorry. Matt, do you know this one?
Spaceship Earth?
Oh, no. That's actually from the beloved and missed Epcot attraction Horizons. Horizons. And for future contestants, there'll always be a Horizons question because it's my favorite attraction. So you guys didn't know that going in. All right.
I did not.
Here we go. This is for Dan. Their wingspan can grow from 12 inches to a whopping 1 foot.
Jungle Book? Jungle Cruise?
Jungle Cruise is correct.
Oh my god.
Jungle Cruise is correct.
The hesitation there was me trying to remember the word cruise and then just saying Jungle Book.
Here we go, the next one. Dan, this is yours. Matt, be ready to steal, though. Here we go. I have pierced the wall of the oxygen atom. I am so infinitely small now that I can see millions of orbiting electrons. They appear like the Milky Way of our own solar system. This vast realm, this is the infinite universe within a tiny speck of snowflake crystal. And there is the nucleus of an atom.
Adventures Through Inner Space.
I'm sorry, you'd like me to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
Adventures Through Inner Space is correct. Impressive. Impressive. Very well done.
You practically handed that one to her.
Opened in 1967, went until 1985, replaced by Star Tours. You guys knew that.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Final question, Dialogue Alley.
I love when the host is just like, you knew that, though.
You knew that. You knew that.
No points. No points. You already knew that.
Okay, here we go. Stand still over your number. You're not going to feel a thing. You're doing great. Almost done here.
Flight of Passage.
That's correct. Those inspiring lines are from the pre-show of Flight of Passage.
Are you
Dan
kidding
gets
me?
the points.
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I'm so mad at both of you.
All right.
Good Lord.
That's fair. That's fair.
We're moving
All right.
on. We have Beyond the Berm or Star of the Day.
Beyond the berm, please.
Beyond the
boy.
Berm. We often think of Disney or Universal when we think about theme parks, but in this category, we're going to look at some other parks, okay? Dan, you're going to... Let's let Matt start, because Matt is going to get upset. Let's let...
Oh, that's fine. All right, sure.
All right, Matt. Dan
do
picks
it.
the category
Let's
and
do
you
it.
start. That makes total sense. Here we go.
Yes.
Started as a roadside farm stand in the 1920s and famous for its boysenberries. What theme park lays claim to being America's first theme park?
Knott's Berry Farm.
Knott's Berry Farm is correct. 10 points to Matt. And we're moving on.
Boo.
Today, you could head to Florida or Virginia to visit a Busch Gardens park. But in the past, there were 2 other states with Busch Gardens parks. Can you name one of the states that previously had a Busch Gardens park?
Texas?
Texas is correct. I'm going to give you a chance to
Oh.
plus it if you can give us the other state. Well, Matt, let's stop for just a moment. Matt, if you'd like, you can leave with the 10 points, or you can try to plus it for 20 points and give me the other state, but you could lose all of your points here, all 20 points, or 10 points you've already earned.
Ooh. I'm going to stick with Texas. I'm
Sticking
not
with
gonna plus
Texas.
it
Dan,
right
do you know what the other
Yeah.
state was, just for fun?
Yes, Idaho.
Did you say Idaho?
Yes.
Did he say Idaho? Idaho.
Okay. Disco Yeti, did you know that one? Yeah, I knew you did. Okay, it was Texas and California. Texas and California.
That was close.
I should've went with my
1971
gut.
1973 outside of Houston. And Los Angeles had Busch Gardens 1966 to 1979, and also was where the original Busch Family Gardens was located. So there you go. All right, here we go. Next one. Let's go to Dan for this one. Dan, what park opened in 1961 and is credited with pioneering the concept of an all-inclusive admission fee? Who first did the all-inclusive admission fee without tickets?
Six Flags.
Judges? Yes, we're going to give it to you. 6 Flags over Texas, but we're going to go ahead and give you that one. Very good. Okay, let's recap our scores here. Dan is in the lead with 120 points. Matt is in second place
Don't even say it. Don't even read them.
with 60 points, but it's still anyone's game. All right.
Sure it is.
Okay, Dan, this is for you. This Ohio theme park was the result of a decision to completely move an existing amusement park to another location.
Cedar Point.
No, that is incorrect. Kings Island.
Oh,
Kings Island.
There you go.
They moved a park called Coney Island, which was in Cincinnati, not the other Coney Island, and they created Kings Island. Okay, so we're going to you, Matt. Final Beyond the Berm question.
Lovely.
Formed as a picnic grounds for workers in 1908, today this sweet park hosts over 3 million visitors a year.
Hershey Park.
Hershey Park it is! Very good. 10 points to Matt. All right, gentlemen, one category remains, Star of the Day. Star of the Day works a little differently. So here's what's going to happen. First, let me explain the category. In the late 1980s and 1990s, there was this program called Star of the Day, where celebrities, famous folk, would come through Disney MGM Studios, and they would be honored either in a parade, or they'd put their hands in front of the Chinese theater in the cement, or both. Anyhow, some people did that, and millions of people didn't. So in Star of the Day, all you have to do is tell me whether the celebrity was Star of the Day or no way. So you're going to say Star of the Day or no way. My apologies to Billy Eichner, but that's how we're doing it. Star of the Day or no way, and it's going to be rapid fire. Each of you will get 10 names. Whoever gets the most of their 10 correct will pick up all 50 points in this category. Okay?
Okay, wow.
Okay, Dan, you're going to go first. Rapid fire. Are you ready? You're going to say star of the day or no way.
Sounds great.
Okay, here we go. Mark Hamill.
Star of the day.
Correct. Carrie Fisher.
No way.
Correct. Don Knotts.
Star of the day.
Correct. Alex Trebek.
No way.
Incorrect. Pat Sajak.
Star of the day.
Incorrect. Justin Bieber.
No way.
That is correct. Phyllis Diller.
Star of the day.
That is correct. Nell Carter.
No way.
Incorrect. George Bush.
No way.
Correct. And Ronald Reagan.
Star of the day.
Incorrect. Judges, 5. You got 5 correct, and someone else is saying 6. You got 5.5 correct, Dan. Move on now, Matt. It's your turn.
These are some very lax rules.
That's some magical math.
Matt, are you ready? Star of the day or
Sure.
no way? Okay.
Let's do it.
Patrick Stewart.
No way.
Correct. Will Wheaton.
No way.
Incorrect. Howie Mandel.
Star of the day.
Correct. Dick Van Dyke.
Star of the day.
Incorrect. Jerry Van Dyke.
No way.
Incorrect. George Wendt.
No way.
Incorrect. Douglas Fairbanks Jr.
I'm going to say star of the day.
Star of the day is correct. Robert Downey Jr.
No way.
That is correct. Mike Myers?
Star of the day.
No. And Dana Carvey?
No way.
That is correct. And Matt received 5. So I guess if you average them, it's a tie? Oh my goodness, this has never happened in the history of the show before.
There's a first time for everything.
So let's do this. Dan, Matt, do I like Peter Pan? The ride.
Yes.
The ride?
Yes.
Dan says yes. Matt says no by default because we'll just keep doing this all day. Dan, you are correct. You are correct, Dan. However, we're going to give the points to Matt so that Matt still has a chance to win in the big game at the end, the big question at the end. Okay, so by my math, Dan has 120
Dan's taking this
points.
very well.
And through some wondrous miracle, Matt also has 120 points. So we're moving on now. So here's how this is going to work. Walt used to talk about plussing attractions, but here we're just going to try to add some points. For your big final question, I need you to decide how many points you want to wager. Your category is Walt Disney World opening day. Walt Disney World opening day. Can you write your wagers down and hold them up in some manner? On the count of 3.
Yeah, hang on. I wrote it with my Disney Parks Disneyland pen.
Okay.
I wrote it with my Imagineering paintbrush pen.
10 points to each of you. All right. Here is your question. What is the only opening day Walt Disney World attraction that you can still visit and only visit at Walt Disney World, although it's closed right now? I'll give you an indefinite amount of time to think about it. That again, what is the only opening day Walt Disney World attraction you can still visit and only visit at Walt Disney World, although it's closed at the moment? Now go ahead and write down your answer, please.
Oh. Okay, whatever.
That's the attitude.
I'm
That's what we're looking for.
Okay. I'm not thrilled with my answer. And I know if I see Dan's and he's correct, I'm going to kick myself. But
Okay.
I went with my gut.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, are you both ready?
Yep.
Probably a good time to point out that the show isn't always factually accurate. Here we go. Let's see.
Great.
Dan, you were in
It's
the
good to
lead
know that
in the
now.
tie. Let's see what your answer was. Dan said Tom Sawyer Island. That is kind of correct, but not what we're looking for. That the issue with Tom Sawyer Island is that you could technically visit a different Tom Sawyer Island, correct? At one point at Disneyland, right?
It's still there.
Is that
It's still
accurate?
there. It's a different name.
Matt?
Uh,
Always? Was it always a different name?
no.
Was it ever Tom Sawyer Island at Disneyland?
It was when it opened, but now it's the Pirate's Lair at
Okay.
Tom Sawyer Island.
All right. Matt, what was your answer?
I wrote down Country Bear Jamboree.
Country Bear Jamboree. That also would have been correct. However, it doesn't really count because you could visit the Country Bear Jamboree at another park at one time. The attraction we were looking for that has only been available in Florida and is available still, but not open right now, that was another key point. We were looking for the Hall of Presidents.
Oh, of course.
The Hall of Presidents. Okay, what did you wager? Let's see what you wagered. 119. Nice. And that says 50. Incredible come from behind victories today for Matt. Congratulations, Matt. And thanks for playing. And Dan, don't let anyone ever tell you the odds. I want to thank both of you. And of course, thank Disco Yeti and the Mineral Kings. And of course, thank you for joining us. And until next time, remember, now is the time. Now is the best time. So long, everybody.
Hey there, thanks for checking out our pilot episode. I know you've been on YouTube before, so you know what I'm going to ask you to do, but please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our first episodes. And be sure to share this video far and wide. It's what Walt would have wanted. Thanks again, and see you next time.